Well, Carling, it is such a pleasure to talk to you once again. It was a good show last night. I really enjoyed it. I'm thinking that the Golf Channel is introducing some new little surprises every week that is needed because big breaks have been going on a long time, and sometimes things can get stale. So what do you think about some of these surprises, like the new safe card right from the beginning?
It was a shock to us, too, when we showed up and they had the save send card. And I can see how people can be upset with it. Oh, we just want the golf to speak for itself. But I feel like the send save card adds a total different aspect to the big break. And by having it, it turns it more into a strategic situation. You still have to think about who to save, who to send, and it really adds some flavor to the show. I think people complain about it, but the more people complain, the more people want to keep watching this.
It's true. It's absolutely true. Without drama, we could watch, all of the tours on TV. This adds a little spice to it. And I loved your comment about members' bounces when Seema got yet another save and, rewarded Taryn. But, man, that girl is lucky.
Yeah, like I said on the show, she's getting all the members' bounces. And none of us are mad at Seema. No one was angry that she sat in the correct seat or anything. It's just the way the cookie crumbles on that show. And she got lucky. But you know what? It's reality TV. It's the big break. It's not real golf. It's not a real tournament. So, I just tried to go on there, and I rolled with the punches, and I just took it for what it was.
Well, that's the way to do it. It's the only way to really survive. You could really see how Chris was so upset, and I don't know if it was just about what happened with Seema and that card, or if there was something else going on with her, but she was, she was lucky she made it through the show, given how upset she was. I'm surprised her golf didn't get a lot worse.
I was surprised the way they angled that with Chris Brady, too, because the insider scoop on that is she actually was not even upset about Seema getting the save send card. She was upset because they had a little bit of an issue with logos she was wearing, and there was a misunderstanding about whether it was legal and things like that. I can't really get into the details, but I think she was more upset about that situation, which they ended up figuring out, and she felt better about it. But I don't think they were allowed to show that. And you know what? It came across like Chris was being a bad sport, but she was out there just trying hard, just like the rest of us.
Oh, well, that's so good to know. Well, thanks. See, that's why we love these interviews, because we get a little bit of information, not too much, but enough to let us know that she wasn't just overreacting to a little game at the beginning. I actually wondered with Seema if she always sat in that same chair and that the Golf Channel deliberately planted it there to try to stir things up, but I guess that would be too devious, wouldn't it?
Well, actually, Ryan O'Toole sat in that chair every single day until this episode.
Oh, wow. But she's kicking herself.
She was about to sit down. Yeah, she was about to sit down and got distracted, and then Seema came out of her room, just harmless, and sat down in that chair that day.
Oh, wow.
So I think the producers had noticed that, but they planned ahead of time which chair to pick. And so they were all expecting for Ryan to be saved, and then it was this big shocking thing at the last moment.
Oh, that is too funny. Okay, well, another secret we learned about, so that's pretty cool. Well, let's get on to the competition now. You were up against Lily, and you had a fabulous chip when you were inside 177 yards. You had a fabulous chip in there to get your 3 and save yourself and go into a playoff. But it was a topsy-turvy kind of playoff for you. And just what do you think happened there? What do you think caused you to stumble a bit?
Oh, geez. I tell you, I've never been more embarrassed. I missed the green from 100 yards on national television. Please believe in me, America. But I was really excited that I hit a great flop shot for about a foot. I was feeling really solid around the greens. But unfortunately, the 100-yard shot for me that week, it's in between clubs for me. So I was just trying to ease in a pitching wedge, or I could try to push a 52. And what I should have done is I should just choke down and just hit it like I knew how to hit it. But I was tentative. And in golf, you cannot be tentative. And it just, all that happens is you have bad shots like that.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Please don't give up on me.
Well, and then we saw you go, though, into the elimination round. The 15th hole, tons of wind, 200 yards, point grid on the green, and you nail it. I mean, you can hit the green from 200 yards in the wind, and you miss a little 100-yard shot. So, yeah, people sit there going, I don't get this. Yet I understand completely what you're talking about. You didn't trust the 100-yard swing. You trusted your 200-yard shot.
Yeah, you know what? When that 200-yard shot was the hardest shot that I'd had to hit in so long. 40-mile-per-hour crosswind. So I was so tired of being tentative with my shot. So my only sweet thought was on there was rip it and rip it. I'm just going to swing at this 5-wood as hard as I can. And that ball started. I'm telling you, it started 20 yards into the ocean. And that wind brought it all the way back right onto the green. So when I made those 2 points, I knew I was going to be safe. So it was a thrill.
Oh, yeah, I bet. You know, sometimes it's better to go in elimination and get through it than never have gone for a while, because you need to learn to get through those pressures to, you know, as you get further down the big break. So you did very well, and you should be very proud. Well, let's talk about Stacey leaving. She obviously was struggling with her short game a little bit too. Did you have any feel for what was going on with her?
Oh, I felt bad because Stacey is a good friend of mine, and she's an excellent player. And unfortunately, the big break, you only get 2 or 3 shots to prove how good you are. Mm-hmm. And I know she had a bad day. And at that point, we'd already been at the big break for about a week. And you don't get to practice very much when you're there, because you can only practice with the girls at the same time, not by yourself. Mm-hmm. So some days you go by and you only hit 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah.
So it was easy to get rusty and hit bad shots. And that day she just got a little rusty and she had to go home.
Yeah, and it was. And yet the week before, she hit that amazing shot off the beach, you know, that nobody else could do. And she looked, you know, so one day you're the windshield, one day you're the bug. You know, it's a really weird game that one day you can play so well and shoot a 59, and then the next week you know 79. So it's not that unusual even in real golf, but it must be even worse in the big break.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I'm reading these blogs and I see people that are saying, oh, these girls are hitting such bad shots, they're hitting bad shots, but it's harder than it looks. Warm up for a half hour in the morning, you sit around for hours, you sign the legal documents, and then 4 hours later they're like, hit this 100-yard shot one time in front of 25 cameras.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, oh, man, can I just get like a small bucket of balls again? That would be wonderful. So I can see how it looks tough, but it's tougher than it looks, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was great fun, though. I loved the Take a Chance board. That's new. I like the Save Send very much. It adds some drama. Anything that you wanted to mention from the show that I haven't asked you that you wanted to talk about?
I think the show's going very well. There is a little bit of drama, but I think it's keeping it interesting. And I'm looking forward to every Monday night, and hopefully I can keep on cruising along.
Yeah, well, the show would miss you. No question about that, Carling. You are truly an entertainer out there, and a great choice on that the Golf Channel picked you for the show, and I'm so glad you're doing well. Keep in there, hang in there, and I look forward to talking to you next week about the next big drama on the big break.
Thank you so much, Gail.
Okay, take care.